Germany's Michael Schulte has had his first rehearsal at Eurovision 2018. He's saying, "You let me walk alone, but honey, we are walking with you." Shall we talk about it? Let's do this! Oh my god, you guys, that was so amazing. This was the first performance today that I actually stopped what I was doing and was like, I want to start clapping right now. I wanted to start clapping from the very beginning. He takes us to another world by bringing his own LED. Everything is black. You see lyrics of the songs with some doodly drawings. Some people will find them cheesy. I think it works. It didn't bother me at all. So when he says home, you see a home, mother, you kind of have a mother. It was very cute, very sweet, and it feels like he's in space. Like, it feels like he's completely left Altice Arena, a whole new world. You get lost in that universe. He was so emotional as he was singing. His eyes were welling up. It starts off very black. Eventually, he's standing there. He puts his arms out like this, and all these black and white kind of shadows of him go back infinitely. Eventually they swell up the entire kind of semicircle thing behind him. And then there's bright red. So we've got black death, black loneliness, black sadness, but then we have red life force, love. This song is just so well staged. I was actually welling up. My sister, who was sitting a few seats down, she was crying. Yeah. This tugs on heartstrings. Some people have said the lyrics are cheesy. I say they're very personal, but even if you think they're cheesy, he's so emotional, you will get wrapped up in this. This is some of Germany's best staging. I mean, God, in a long time. This was so moving. He sounded great. I think this is going to do much better than people had anticipated. This is a great example of how an authentic song, given decent staging, can do very, very well. This is high impact, despite being subtle. It's a subtle melody, but it is so powerful. I'm going to stop talking because I'm actually getting real emotional because it's making me real. I'm sorry. Oh my God. Poor me. I'm sorry. No, this is real.
See, where you've seen a lot of songs where they've done subtlety very well. Germany have taken the subtlety, thrown it in the trash, and burnt it. But this is about as subtle as, I don't know, something that's really not very subtle at all.
Annie Pasquale's hair.
Because what they've done is, you say that they've highlighted the cheesiness.
I'm gonna look this way. I'm just gonna look this way.
They've highlighted the cheesiness of the lyrics because it's like 3 kids. There's 3 kids appear behind them. A mother appears behind them. A house. We're not at English school for beginners where we need pictures telling us what the lyrics are.
But I think it's deliberately cheesy to be cute.
It's garish.
It's cute.
Tacky.
It's sweet.
Gaudy.
It just made me cry. You're heartless. I'm just kidding. Please continue.
Okay. Then there are some effects in the LED that are very strong though. Like when he's walking on a lonely road, it's kind of Common Linnet-esque, and that works. And the effect, I don't think it matches the song, but it's really cool when he goes like this and it's like a million divers and it turns into the hypnotic kind of wheel thing. But then, I don't know what it's supposed to evoke, what emotions, but he has this towards the end. Well, there's some very nice pictures in the middle of it where people send in their selfies with their own photos. That's very nice and sweet. But then at the end, it all becomes very red. And I don't know what the emotion is supposed to be.
Passion.
But I had a word, and I said it to Robin, and Robin agreed with me that it was her first thought too. But it's Jedward 2011 lipstick. I got my lipstick on, here I go.
What you really mean is modernity and contemporary.
It's just a very garish staging. And the thing is, I never thought I would say it, but I feel like the LED is out of place because I love LED screens, but no one else has an LED screen. And it just seems that Germany were like, F you, Portugal, we're bringing our LED screen whether you like it or not, and we're going to be as gaudy and garish as we want. And like the song is still very emotional, but I think the LED is just too much.
All right. Can you talk some sense into him, please?
It does feel a little like Germany is cheating by bringing the LED screen. Fair enough, Malta have one, but Malta could have done that in a year with an LED screen anyway, is the thing. This is very much like if we had an LED in the background, we'd be using that and wouldn't ship our own one. But I really liked it. And I didn't like this song at all beforehand. I thought it was kind of tacky and cheesy. But actually, I do think that the words coming up behind really work. It's very similar to what they were doing in the German national final, but they've kind of revised it and made it work better. I love that shot of the road forming behind him. I love the selfies. And I think we're ignoring the very best shot of the entire thing, which is the end, when he sings the final alone after it looks like he's crying. And then he just falls into darkness, and all you can see is just like a black LED with the word alone in white. And it's so moving. That is a really beautiful final shot. Up there with Lithuania, I think, in terms of the best final shot. Yeah, I think that was actually something very, very nice, and I'm very surprised actually. But I think Germany was the song I thought was going to finish last in the final. I think that's knocking on the top 10 with that, because I think there are a lot of people. My big issue was I never understood whether like the dad had left or whether the dad had died. And I knew the actual story, but I was like, it's easy to read between the lines. That tells the story so nicely.
Yes.
And so many people, unfortunately, can connect with the idea of losing a parent, whether it be a father or mother or anything like that. I think that will really get to a lot of people, and yeah, I think that's actually fair play to Germany, even if it does feel a little like you cheated to get there.
You know what I love about the LED in front of the lights is it gives the performance depth and layering. If it was just one solid LED, it'd be one solid LED.
Yeah.
But you have an LED in front of the light display in the background, and it makes it really interesting to look at.
I do have one critique. They repeat the same LED thing for the chorus in the first and second chorus, and it gets a bit boring at that point, and then it goes into that swirly black and white thing and then the red. I feel like they could have been a bit more inventive there, but hey.
Maybe the camera variation, because they're going to play with the camera angles. Maybe they'll make it more varied with the camera cuts. I totally take your point. Final thoughts. To me, this is one of Germany's best entries ever since I started following Eurovision more than a decade ago. Like, this has more emotional impact than Lena. This has... Please?
Taken by a Stranger is better than this.
That was in a different way. That was very, to me, very sexual and seductive, and like that was great
It's
at that.
better than Satellite stage, but Satellite didn't really have staging.
Yeah, but it's interesting because that was on a stage without LEDs. This is on a stage without LEDs, and they've managed to make something incredibly magical. I'm not even gonna lie. I actually prefer this. Y'all are gonna start hating on me. I prefer this to Satellite and Taken by a Stranger. This is qualité. And now I know it's not as maybe mainstream or kooky or interesting. And yes, it's a little cheesy and maybe even a little cliche, but because these feelings are real, it wipes all that away from me. This is powerful.
This is blasphemy to suggest that this is better than Lena.
I'm gonna say it again. I prefer this to Satellite.
You're going straight to hell. Eurovision hell, not real hell. No, but because people are going to say I'm heartless. I felt a deep connection to Claudia Pascoe's singing about Azara's dead grandparents because she did it with sensitivity and class. There were elements where Michael Schulte does do that. When he's standing in front of the road, when he's standing in front of the word alone, when he's standing in front of the people's pictures, yes. But when he's standing in front of the lyric video, that if I wanted the lyric video, I would go onto his Vivo channel on YouTube and look it up. It's just too much. You need to cry, you need to be sad, I will poke you in the eye until you do.
No, honey. It's saying, I know your situation, here's mine.
Suzanne Adams,
let's hug it out.
here.
My sister,
Suzanne
come
Adams.
here. Real quick, because we got to wrap this video up. This is my sister who's here for the week. Well, 2 weeks.
Hi, guys.
Quick thoughts on the song.
It was one of the most moving songs I've ever heard. I cried during all 3 rehearsals. Losing a parent is a monumental life experience that you can't understand until it happens. And I think that Michael's words speak to so many. It's a beautiful song, it's a beautiful melody, and the words really spoke to me.
That is what we think. What do you
think?
Are you excited to see Michael Schulte's full performance?
Yes!
Do you think he will avoid Germany's fate at Eurovision in recent years? And what would you change, if anything? Let us know here on wiwibloggs.
Make sure to subscribe and turn on the notifications bell.
Don't forget to follow me, Suze Adams 1.
On Instagram. Lots of shots of her in a bikini. She is a part-time bodybuilder.
And leave a like as well.
And we'll see you later. Bye! Tschüss, bis später!